In the heart of a dense forest, there was a thriving community of animals. Each creature, from the smallest ant to the mightiest bear, had a role to play in maintaining the balance of the forest. The birds sang to greet the morning, the bees pollinated the flowers, and the deer kept the grasses trimmed. The forest was a harmonious place, where every animal understood its purpose and contributed to the well-being of the whole. Among the animals was a clever fox named Finn. Finn was quick-witted and resourceful, often finding the easiest ways to get what he needed. However, unlike the others, Finn had a habit of delaying his responsibilities. He would watch as the other animals diligently performed their duties, thinking to himself, "Why should I hurry? I'll do my part when it becomes absolutely necessary. Until then, I'll just enjoy myself." One day, the wise old owl, who watched over the forest from her high perch, noticed that Finn wasn't fulfilling his role. The fox was supposed to help keep the population of small rodents in check, but instead, he spent his days lounging in the sun and playing tricks on the other animals. The owl decided to have a word with Finn. "Finn," the owl hooted softly as she flew down to where the fox was resting, "I've noticed that you haven't been performing your duties as you should. Every animal in this forest has a role to play. If we wait until things go wrong, it may be too late to set them right." Finn yawned and stretched. "Oh, wise owl, I know my role, but there's no harm in waiting, is there? The forest seems fine to me. Besides, I'll do my part if things start to get out of control." The owl shook her head gently. "Finn, the balance of the forest depends on each of us doing our part consistently, not just when it suits us. By delaying your responsibilities, you risk upsetting the delicate balance that keeps everything in harmony. Don't wait for a problem to arise before you act." Finn shrugged off the owl's advice and continued to laze around. He felt confident that his inaction wouldn't cause any real harm. But as the days went by, the population of rodents began to increase rapidly. Without Finn to keep them in check, they started to overrun the forest, eating through the roots of plants and trees, and hoarding food supplies meant for other animals. Soon, the effects of Finn's neglect became apparent. The plants began to wither, the trees started to weaken, and the other animals struggled to find enough food. The harmony of the forest was disrupted, and tension grew among the creatures. Realizing that his inaction had caused this chaos, Finn felt a pang of guilt. He remembered the owl's warning and understood now that he had made a grave mistake by waiting until things went wrong before fulfilling his role. Determined to make amends, Finn sprang into action. He worked tirelessly to reduce the rodent population, using his cunning to outsmart the quick little creatures. It was exhausting work, but Finn was relentless. As he continued, the balance in the forest slowly began to restore itself. The plants and trees started to recover, and the other animals found food more easily again. The wise owl, seeing Finn's efforts, flew down to him once more. "You see now, Finn," she said kindly, "each of us has an important role to play, and we must not wait until things go wrong to act. By fulfilling our responsibilities when they are needed, we help keep the world around us in balance." Finn nodded, humbled by the experience. "I understand now, wise owl. I've learned my lesson. I won't delay my duties again. I see how important it is for each of us to do our part, not just for ourselves, but for the entire community." From that day forward, Finn became one of the most diligent animals in the forest. He no longer waited until problems arose to take action. Instead, he fulfilled his role with care and responsibility, understanding that the well-being of the forest depended on the collective efforts of all its inhabitants. The forest returned to its former harmony, and Finn's actions helped to ensure that it remained a thriving, balanced place for all who lived there. The other animals, who had once been frustrated with Finn, came to respect him for his change of heart and his dedication to their shared home. Moral of the story: each person has a role to play in the world. By fulfilling our responsibilities without delay, we help maintain balance and prevent problems before they arise. Don't wait to be wronged before you act. Do your part for the greater good.